I'm Triple J, and welcome to Brain Food, where I tell you what's yummy and nutritious for your head. For today's book, I'm reviewing Lindy West's Shrill, Notes from a Loud Woman. I first heard about this book and its author from a Feminist Frequency newsletter, wherein she was interviewed, and I was interested enough in order to buy the book. I have to say that it proved to be a very interesting, fun, and quite addictive read. Lindy West is a frank, open, honest storyteller as she talks about her life and the issues she struggled with, such as having her first period, being an open feminist fat woman, denouncing rape jokes in stand-up comedy, and dealing with online bullying and harassment. She pulls no punches in talking about how being fat has affected her life, from not being able to see herself in the media, not fitting comfortably on airline seats, and dating. And it's this open frankness that really endeared me to the book. Her discussion of living while fat, which is a common theme throughout the book, certainly struck a chord with me, even though I am a straight white guy, and the patriarchy would argue that I'm owed a slim, gorgeous woman straight off the cover of any beauty magazine. It really did make me think about the context in which I used the word fat with regards to myself as someone who has struggled with weight over the years, as well as women out there. Her chapters on dealing with online harassment, stalking, and bullying also reminded me immensely of Gamergate and other online hate groups. After all, in her retelling of the stories, Lindy West does not hold back in showing some of the more choice words said about her when she discussed rape used in comedy. And so I'd offer a warning when reading this book. It's definitely triggering for those who have experienced this firsthand, as well as a constant reminder of just how women are targeted no matter what they speak out against. However, if I do have any criticism of this book, it's that while I do recognize it is an autobiography, it is done from that of a point of view of a straight white cisgender woman, and as such the treatment that she receives, while quite vile, is still different than, say, the treatment a fat black woman would receive for pointing out how rape jokes in comedy aren't good, or how a fat Asian woman would receive if she pointed out online bullying and harassment. I found this to be really quite evident when she actually is talking about rape in stand-up comedy, pointing out at one point in the book how we don't make racist jokes anymore in stand-up comedy. For the most part, it really shows a bit of a blind spot because, well, you know, there are black women out there who face rape jokes, or Asian women out there that face rape jokes. Women are more than just one monolith. They have many different overlapping identities. And it's been a bit of a blind spot for white feminists, this idea of intersectionality. Also, it has an endorsement on the cover by Lena Dunham, who is one of the showrunners of HBO Girls, a series that has been heavily criticized for showcasing an almost entirely white New York City, except for one episode where Donald Glover appears. As such, I can understand if some would want to give this book a pass. As for the final thoughts on the book, Lindy West has a wonderful writing style that really made this book hard to put down. I read it over the course of 3 days while on breaks at work, and I found that I was actually looking forward to each break just so I could read more of this book. As for the blind spots, again, I can understand if people would not want to buy this book. And as such, I give this a definite light recommendation to read. It's really good in regards to how fat women are treated, especially if you're an outspoken fat feminist woman. But the blind spots can be a touch troubling when she does talk about racism and whatnot. I'm Triple J. That's all I got left to say. Take care.